And the last function is, along with environment, nucleus also direct the chemical activities of the cell. This determines the development and future form of the cell. What does it mean? That nucleus only determine what will be the shape of the cell, what will be the function of the cell. As you have studied earlier, in a living organism, different type of cells are present which have different function. For example, cells present in your brain, that is nerve cell, they are responsible for the memory. Cells present in your lungs are responsible for respiration. So what determines the function, or what provide the message to the cell, what function they will perform, that is the nucleus. So nucleus only determine what will be the function of the cell, what will be the shape of the cell. Next topic is cytoplasm. Now, when we observe the cell, we have studied about the nucleus and plasma membrane. Now the cell, it is filled with the fluid-like substance known as the cytoplasm. So when we stain a cell, what we observe, as I told you earlier, that the nucleus, it is darkly stained. Now the light stained part of the cell is known as the cytoplasm. So what is cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is a large region of each cell enclosed by plasma membrane. It takes very little stain, so appear light in color as compared to nucleus. It is a fluid content inside the plasma membrane in which various specialized cell organelles are present. Cell organelles present in the cytoplasm perform specific function for the cell and enclosed by their own membrane. Now, what is the function of the cytoplasm? First, it acts as a site for various chemical reaction. Most of the activities of the cell, it take place inside the cytoplasm. It helps in exchange of materials between cell organelles. Last, it also acts as a storehouse of various chemical substances. In the last lecture, we have studied about the difference between the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Now, prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. We have studied about the nucleus, that the nucleus is surrounded by the nuclear membrane. When the nucleus is surrounded by the nuclear membrane, it is the characteristic only of eukaryotic cell. In case of prokaryotic cell, nucleic acid, that is DNA or RNA, is not covered by the nuclear membrane. It means nuclear membrane is absent in prokaryotic cell. Such an undefined nuclear region which contain only nucleic acid and no nuclear membrane is called nucleoid. So you can see inside in the diagram that the nuclear, there is no well defined nucleus in the prokaryotic cell. Only the dense colored substance present in the cell is known as the nucleoid. Now, we were talking about cell organelle also. Double membrane bound cell organelle are present in eukaryotic cell. But in case of prokaryotic cell, no double membrane bound cell organelles are present. Even in the photosynthetic bacteria or other photosynthetic prokaryotic cell, they don't have chloroplast. Chloroplast is a type of plastid in which chlorophyll is present. So, in these photosynthetic prokaryotic cell, chlorophyll is associated with membrane vesicle. Because of the absence of double membrane bound cell organelle, many of the functions of Such organelles are also performed by poorly organized parts of the cytoplasm of the prokaryotic cell. With this, prokaryotic cell is complete. Now we will start with the next topic, that is viruses. It is another category of the organism. We cannot call them living organism. Nowadays you are hearing about the coronavirus. So you should know what are viruses. Viruses are molecular organisms which lack any membrane. It means they do not have any membrane. Like plasma membrane is also absent in them, and hence they do not show characteristic of life. Because of absence of the membrane, they don't show any characteristic of life until they enter a living body. They are neither prokaryotic nor eukaryotic. They do not show any characteristic of living organism. When they enter inside the living body, they uses cell machinery of the host. Host means the organism in the body of which these virus enter. They uses their cell to multiply themselves. So viruses, they are the type of organism or molecular organism which do not show living characteristic outside the living organism, or in the outer environment they don't show any living characteristic, but when they enter inside any living organism, they uses their cellular machinery to multiply themselves. With this, today's topics are complete. Thank you everyone.